Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. The Chimera has returned back into store for 12.5k gold, which I do think is a little bit too much. It's a good tank. It is a good tank, but I don't like that the fact it's just for one bundle. 12,500 gold for full equipment, etc. Where normally they do it one for 12.5 and then say one for 10k. That's not full equipment. So I don't like the way they've done that. I do think it is a little bit overpriced. But looking at the stats, the last time I'd done the video, I said I like the tank and I shouldn't like the tank. And I do like the tank. It's a good tank. But I also said the penetration wasn't that great. In fact, looking into it, the penetration is actually pretty good. 218 on the penetration. The DPM is around average for... My bad, I got a message. the DPM is around average for a heavy. It's around heavy, and I've added some tanks with the higher alpha. Obviously, the rev is way above everything else, but 218 pen is pretty good, and it has that 440 alpha. So it's 127 caliber gun, so it has around the same DPM as the 122 caliber guns. So the aim time is okay at 2.0, dispersion not too bad at 0.326, and it does have a nice 10 degrees of gun depression, 50 kilometers an hour as well. Now this tank, it does have some nice turret armor, 203, and the whole armor is not bad as well at 114. So the armor is actually pretty good with the speed and the gun depression. It's all pretty good, and again, because of the rate of fire, it's a tank that you'd think is not great. I mean, the DPM it's a heavy tank, just like the T-34-3. It's a heavy gun on a medium tank, which I do like. But for me, sometimes they do get a bit boring because the reload, 13-second reload for a medium, and you do have to take that into consideration when you are playing your games. Do you rush with your mediums, or do you go with the heavies? Now, I think I said it the last time, going with your mediums is a must. I do think you have to go with your mediums, but never go alone. Never try and go alone. Always try and have support, and maybe second line. Don't go front line, maybe go second line, because you don't want to get focused when you're on that reload. Because, I mean, in tier 8, you do have these tanks with a good rate of fire, the medium tanks, and even in tier 7, like things like the Dracula, the Type 62, you do have these tanks with a nice rate of fire, and same as this T23E3 there, who's just got absolutely wrecked straight away. So going with your mediums, I mean, you have to go with your mediums, and if you do decide to go with your heavies, then just make sure you're not frontline, or if you are, make sure you hold down and you are hiding that hole and just showing your turret, because the turret is pretty strong, but it's not impenetrable. Now, I've face hugged a lot of tanks in this tank, and it doesn't seem to do too well face hugging. So you always have to try and use that gun depression to the max, and maybe wiggle, and you might get some bounces, but face hugging I don't think works too well. Now we're going to miss this shot here on the charioteer because I'm stupid, so I did miss out on a little bit of damage there. But the HE, I mean, the HE pretty good on this tank. It is pretty good, and it does nice amount of damage, which I think we're going to see in a short minute with against this T49. So I like it. I do like it. I want to buy it. I do want to buy it. I do have the gold on my account, and there's nothing else to spend it on at the moment because I've got pretty much everything else. So I might buy it just because I've got the gold. But if I didn't have the gold, there would be no way I would pay 12.5k gold for this tank. 10k max, maybe. And that's why I'm saying I am disappointed that I know it's only the first time it's been for sale. I mean, what was the first time? I mean, the first time was, I think it was crates. But or it was either crates or real money. I can't remember. But I'm disappointed because I've got credits. I've got over 100 million credits. I don't need to pay an extra 2.5k gold just to get some full equipment, because I've got the credits for that. I don't need to do that. So I'm a bit disappointed that there is only one bundle, and that is just the 12.5k gold one. I do like the camo. I think the camo is really nice. It does make it look really nice, and it does look like a mean looking tank. Not make some nice credits as well. You can see there 3.2k damage, and we get quite a nice amount of credits. So the next game I don't think is even as good. I mean, I didn't really do too much that game, and this game we are against tier 9, and we are going to mess up. We are going to mess up towards the end, but we do get pretty lucky. So it is the new map, New Bay, and our team have gone to the left side, and you're going to see this game that I don't want to be front line. I don't want to be front line, and I'm going with my mediums. Well, pretty much the whole team are here. I'm going with the Pajero here, who is now up against this missile tank, who has just shot. So I know that he's on a long reload just like me. So we are going to poke forward. We're going to get him, and then we're going to back up again and just let the Pajero take the shots. Because, I mean, you're on your own. You're on your own in this game, and why would I want to take the shot when the Pajero could take a shot? So we are now going to poke forward and get rid of one of the most dangerous tanks on this in this battle. So as you can see there, we do get a bounce from the ST1, and luckily for us, he is going to reverse and show the rear of his turret, so we can get that HE. It was 501 damage. It can be a lot more. The damage can be a lot more on the HE. So I mean, 1300 damage at the moment. There is an M103 up there. There's also a Baltic up there, but I'm just going to go to the middle here because our waffle is just about to get wrecked, and there are some juicy targets. But then just as I was on my way, the waffle dies, and so I'm just going to go for the M103, and I can get a nice juicy 663 high roll into his rear. And this is a medium tank, guys. This is a medium tank, and I've just done 660 damage with the HE. So that's pretty nice when you can make the HE work. Really is nice when you can make the HE work. So the M103 is now a one shot. I don't think I'm actually going to kill him. I think the missile tank is going to take him out, or am I? No, I am going to take him out. So it is now 4 against 4. I'm on 2.5k damage, and I know that there is a Baltic this way who is nice and juicy, and he is on his own. So going for this tank, I think, is a must because he is isolated, he is on his own, and it is only going to take me sort of 2 shots to clear him. But he's going to go and start capping base A. So I need to be quick because the enemy do have already 2 caps. And if they start capping base A, then their supremacy points will go up pretty quick. So they're on 600 supremacy points now, or just about 600 supremacy points. And you're going to see now that he's on 854 damage, so I'm just going to go and rush before I am spotted. Rush in as fast as I can, try and get the ram, and we do manage to do it. So, nice HE and a nice ram just to kill this guy off, so not bad. And that puts me up to 3.5k damage, but it is now 3 versus 3. I like the fact that all 3 of us are sitting to cap the base as quick as possible, and we are all together. Now there is a Carnarvon there who I do have to be careful with. He's got nice pen, he's got a nice rate of fire, but there is also 2 big tanks with the Waffle and a Borzik. At the moment, I know the Waffle is by the Carnarvon, but we don't know where the Borzik is. But I am going to find him very, very soon because we have to move. We've got no choice. We have to move. They're nearly on they're just over 700 supremacy points, and there's the Borzik. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That hurt because now that puts me down to a 1 shot. So the missile tank's going to go and scare the Borzik into reversing, so we are able to take him out. Now, I need to reset my camo now because there is the Waffle. I know that the Carnarvon went sort of to the left, and I know that there is a Waffle up there, but stupidly, I wasn't looking. I should have been looking, and he does manage to get me before I can get him. But he does die. The Waffle on our team does die, and now it is a 2 versus 1. But the Carnarvon, as I said, it's got good rate of fire. I mean, it's going to take, if he can take out this Borzik, this Waffle now without taking a shot, then he could potentially win this game just because of his rate of fire. But Soul Tank, I mean, he's got nice amount of hit points. He does take out the waffle, and I am just going to say to the missile tank now, just rush, because they're on 900 supremacy points. If you rush now and you miss, then who knows what could happen. They've got 2 bases. He has to rush, but luckily he is going to pen. So that was a nice, easy ace. It was an ace. I don't know how it was an ace, but, you know, it was an ace. I'm going to take that ace. So that is the Chimera, guys. Very good tank. It is a very good tank. I do enjoy playing it, but I just do think it is a little bit overpriced. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.